Hello Dave is brought to you ad-free by my supporters on Patreon. Become a Patreon yourself and get your name listed as a supporter at the end of every video by following the link in the video description. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hello Dave with Down to Earth Astronomy. First of all, I would like to say sorry, but this week's Hello Dave is probably going to be quite a bit more negative than what it used to be, because frankly I am quite pissed at Frontier at the moment. And that has to do with all the things that's been going on with player manufacturing, or should I say haven't been going on with player manufacturers. If you follow Commander Plater and the Zencast, you would probably have seen his video he released last week where he talks about this. And I am in the exact same situation as the Zencast are regarding applications for player manufacturers. And I just want to give you my story and my thoughts on this today. So, first, I want to tell you a story. Over half a year ago, the community around the channel, we decided that it could be really fun to have some goal to strive towards as a community, rather than have everybody work on their own small individual projects, which could be engineering a ship or go explore someplace. We thought it could be fun to do something as a community, as a group, to work together towards, and the only real option there is to go into the forum and apply for a player manufacturer. So on the 5th of December 2017, we did exactly that. We sent in our application, we read the rules carefully, and then we waited. And we already knew that historically these kind of applications could take a while to get processed. We're talking 2 to 3 months at this time, so we waited. A month later, no updates, so I decided to write a mail. I managed to get in contact with the team at Frontier who was actually in charge of this stuff, of implementing the player manufacturers. So I wrote the mail on the 2nd of October, and I got a reply saying that our player manufacturing request was in the batch after the one they were currently implementing. And then hopefully they would put some updates on this on the forum soon. They have a forum post where they post updates regarding this. I'll come back to that post later. All good. I mean, it's only been a month and we knew this could take some time. So we settled down and we waited. We waited another 2 months until the 28th of December, about the end of the year. At which point I decided to write to them again and say, so where are we at? I mean, at this point we are 3 months in after our initial application. Didn't expect the reply before New Year's, but actually got one quite quickly. Where they said that right now, of course, everybody was off on vacation, but they were hoping that they could do something about it in January next year. So it would be January this year. So I wrote back and wished him a happy new year and settled in for the wait again. I waited another 2 months. We are now 5 months after our initial application. Where I once again wrote to them because obviously nothing happened in January, nothing happened in February. So I wrote to them on the 21st of February and I didn't get a reply. So a week and a half later I wrote to them again on the 9th of March. And say, wait, did you get my last mail? What's going on? I got a reply saying that unfortunately at this time there was no update regarding the player manufacturers, but if there were any updates they would post it on the forum, and there was a link to that forum thread I mentioned earlier. Now that forum thread has not been updated since the 19th of December last year, and that post was just a list of the player manufacturers that they've already implemented. There was no news about the outstanding applications. The last post that has any kind of updates to the outstanding applications was from the 16th of November, which is over 4 months ago. I believe that post was a list of the ones in the current batch that was rejected. But that means that the other ones just haven't been processed yet. They were rejected in the first round. But since then, there's been no active updates. There's been nothing, just radio silence about what's been going on. Now, in our case, the systems that we are applying for, luckily, we don't have to, they should, at least the last time I checked, be in a state that they can be accepted as a system for a player manufacturer. Now, the system that the Zencast is applying for, they have to actively keep the number of factions low, because otherwise there will be too many factions in the system and then their application will be rejected. So over the last half year, the Zencaster has actively been working in this system to try and keep it in a state where they could, where the system would actually be acceptable for their player minor factions. And I'm gonna, as I said, Taylor launched the video. I'm going to link to it in the description if you want to go and watch that afterwards. Because here, of course, explains the Zencaster side of all this thing. So they've actually been working for half a year, and Frontier has so far done jack shit about anything. But of course, they have been pushing Frontier a little bit more because they actually had to do some proper work to keep this. And they poked them in one of the live streams where they got the reply where one of them said that if you haven't had your player minor faction in the game at this point, now it's because that they haven't been able to get in contact with you. Now, I haven't seen this clip myself, but if that's true, if that's really their excuse why they haven't implemented it, that's a load of bullshit. I've just explained to you exactly when I've been trying to get in contact with Frontier, and that there's been no lack of communication from their side, but at least from our side, and I would expect the Zencaster to be the same thing, that there have been plenty of contact with them. So saying that they can't get in contact with us is a load of bullshit. And if that's the excuse, frankly, I don't know. But that's not true. That's simply not true. That's a right out lie. And I have the emails to back that up. So recently, of course, after that, it kind of exploded a bit on the forum, and there was a lot of questions asked, and there was a reply to some of them. First of all, there was asked, when will the next batch of player minor factions be implemented into the game? The reply was, and that it was unknown at this time, but they are currently working on an automated system to try and smooth this process out. So they're working on a system to automate future applications. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, it's great that they're working on something for future applications, but what about fixing the I don't know how many, but back in October on the 30th, I think, I pulled a list from the forum. There was 121 open applications that has, at that point, at the end of October, not been processed. They are still taking in new applications. So I would assume that number is higher, and I would assume this number to be in the 300, 400, 500s now of open applications that's not been processed by Frontier. And if there's just 1, 2, 3, 4 commanders in average behind each player faction, that means there are thousands of players out there waiting to get a player minor factions who want to play this MMO, this excuse for an MMO together with their friends. I mean, Elite as a massive multiplayer online game has completely failed. It is not an MMO. This is a single player game. And anyone who says otherwise, frankly, have not been trying to play this game as an MMO should be played. An MMO, massive multiplayer, indicates that you should be able to have a lot of players playing together at the same time in the same location. Now, if any of you have ever tried to get more than 4 people into the same instance, you will know that the instancing software that Frontier is using in this game is frankly programmed with a fucking shovel. I've never experienced anything like it. It is outrageously bad. But that has nothing to do with player minor faction. I'm getting off on a tangent here. But what pisses me off is there are so many players who want to actually play this game together with their friends and get a player minor faction in the game. And Frontier is offering the service, but they're doing jack shit about it. And they're not even communicating anything about it. They don't say what the status is. And I think the reason why they don't say it is because there is no status, because they don't doing shit about it. And that leaves us with 2 conclusions. That is, I see, there are 2 reasons for this. Either Frontier don't have the manpower to actually take care of the number of incoming requests, and therefore they just completely outright stopped doing it, and they were hoping just they could stall for time and wait until Q4, being the end of this year, where many of the applications will be well over a year old, for the Q4 update where the squadron update is implemented. That's one. The other one, which I think is the more likely of the 2, is that Frontier frankly don't give a shit about their own community. It seems like that if they cared and if they actually wanted to listen, they would look at the huge backlog of applications they have and maybe think, maybe we should do something about the people who've been waiting for over half a year to get an application, to get an answer, to get fucking few lines of code implemented, to get the faction into the database. But I think Frontier is more concerned with putting out paint jobs for ships that haven't even been released. I mean, doing the 3.0 launch, they had the Chieftain paint jobs ready on the store. You could buy the paint jobs before the ship could even be purchased in the game. If this is the way the game is going with the new free updates, I mean, everybody likes free updates, but if it comes at the cost that they're going to completely disregard their own community and just not give a shit about it, then frankly, I would rather pay the premium price for an update if they would then actually take the time and actually care about their own community. I've also on several occasions tried to get in contact with the community team. This is not the team that does some kind of implementation of some area of the game. No. The community team, the team that is in charge of running the community. Several times I've been asked them in regards to various questions. I've lost track of how many emails I've sent them, and follow-up emails trying to say, hey, did you receive my last email? And received nothing back. The only time that I've been hearing back from Frontier has been when they are asking us to promote their new game. For instance, if they want to promote their dinosaur game, the Jurassic World kind of thing, or if they want to help them promote the new update so they could get all the players that they are currently losing left and right back into the game with a new update. That's when you get a reply. That's when they write back to you when they want your help with that. But if you write to them, ask for something, you can just forget about it. They're not going to reply because they don't care. They're more concerned with selling paint jobs and ship kits and lights and commander suits and stuff like that, so they can actually make some money. So frankly, at this point, I'm not going to buy a single paint job, a single ship kit, nothing. I'm not going to buy anything from their store until they come out and tell us what's going on, and they give us a sure date and say, by this date, we promise you will have a player minor faction, and we're going to begin to actually implement this stuff. I mean, if it's because they don't have the manpower, what they should be doing is they should close for further applications. They should begin working on the outstanding applications that they already have. And then once that is done, once they've implemented the ones that have been waiting for months and months and months, then they could begin working on the automated tools so they don't have to spend that much manpower on it in the future. And then they could reopen for applications using the new tool that they want to implement. That's the way they should do it. Not this just begin doing stuff and not telling anybody about it, just leaving people completely in the dark and let them wait for over half a year, which I think is beyond reasonable. So as I said, I'm not going to buy anything. If you're in the same situation, first of all, let me know in the comment section down below if you're in the same situation, or if you've had any other encounters like this, if you had any other experience that like this, let me know in the comment section down below. And I really recommend that you do the same as me. Don't buy any of their shit. Let them know that you are unhappy with the way they are currently running their own community. Go to Twitter, let them know we're there. Go to the forum, let them know there. Make sure to make some noise about this. Go and watch Plato's video. Share this video. Share Plato's video. Get the word out. Let Frontier know if you're unhappy with the amount of feedback that they're taking from the community. So yeah, sorry about that rant. I did have a lot of stuff planned that I wanted to talk about this week, but I'm probably going to postpone that for next week at this point. So we'll take that then. Regarding the live stream tomorrow, I was originally planning to take out my Corvette, which I recently finished engineering, so it's now fully engineered with the 3.0 engineering. And I know it's something that a lot of you guys have been asking for, and I was actually considering not even playing Elite tomorrow, do something completely different, find another game. But then again, I don't feel like I don't want it to punish you because Frontier can't run a community. So I might take the Corvette out because I know it's something that a lot of you guys have really been waiting a long time for. So, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. I guess that all depends. Yeah, that all depends. But anyway, I really hope you'll tune into the live stream tomorrow, which is going to be at 9 o'clock at GMT +2 now because daylight saving. So, that'll be 9 o'clock GMT +2 tomorrow here on YouTube, and we'll see what I'm going to play then. But anyway, I really hope you liked the video. If you did, give it a like down below, and remember to let me know what you think about all this stuff in the comment section down below. And until next time, I'll see you guys in space.